Starting on the pole for our first race of 1995. Look at this machine, an 87 Pontiac Trans Am. Car number 44, the Chicken Hawk, Greg Hollis. As you can see, Heidi's Restaurant, the Kirk family, some of the sponsors I can read from up here. Number 14X, one of our visitors from out of the area, from Redwood Valley, California. It's an 84 Dodge Murata. That's Larry Giese. Car number 5, 77 Nova. Sponsored, as you can see on the side, by the Horseshoe Club there. You recognize this fellow from driving a Camaro last year. From Carson City, the kid, Jerry Alec Jr. Double O is a 91 Buick Regal from Loomis, California. This is Rick Bronson. Car number 8, an 85 Buick Regal from Carson City, Mike Hayward. Car number 35, gorgeous body on this machine, 94 Thunderbird out of Sparks. Please welcome back Richard Lawler. Number 96 makes the trip over here a couple times a year for our special events out of Ukiah, California. 76 Camaro driven by Gary Sellers. From Carson City, car number 94 did turn in a sponsor sheet, so let's let you know that this 81 Regal is sponsored by Action Auto Parts, T&H Auto Paints, Polymer Manufacturing Corporation, Carson Valley Transmission, Carson Carb and Ignition, the MAD Mothers Against Drunk Driving chapter of Lyon County. Special thanks to Terry Service, Debbie, and Debbie, two Debbies, huh? And Lonnie. It is the Mad Kid, number 94, Kyle Service. Car number 60. A 78 Trans Am from Carson City. Look at the paint job on this baby. And as you can see, Winkle, Pontiac, GMC, Capola Motors. On the other side, it's Michael Hole and Bosch Motor Company, I believe. Is that right? And did I do good? Thank you. Car number 60 from Carson City is Tom Waters. From Carson City, the 82 Monte Carlo is back at the track one more time. The War Pony 2, Gary Nevers. Car number 7 out of Sparks, a 1980 Buick Regal. That is Vern Hewson. Number 48. He says, just wait till it's painted, folks. It's going to be gorgeous. A 1995 Olds Cutlass from Carson City, Dangerous Dale Lamborn. And car number 14 from Carson City just got this new body put on the car. We didn't have a sheet turned in from Brian, but I know who it is. Sponsored by George Setcher Realtor from Carson City. That's Brian Kolodny. Archie has turned out the yellow light, has put on his gloves, and looks like he's ready to go racing. Let's check him out as they come around. Hollis and Giese off turn 4, and we go racing. Here they come, completing lap 1. Greg Hollis, your leader. Larry Giese runs second. Jerry Alec Jr. third. Rick Bronson trying for an inside pass, sliding it down into the infield there, running 4th place. Oh, got a little action between the cars of Gary Nevers and Dale Lamborn. Lamborn able to straighten it back out. Gary gets it back going. I believe we'll stay under green. Your leader, Greg Hollis. 2nd place, Larry Giese. 3rd place now, Rick Bronson. Jerry Alec Jr. runs 4th, followed by Richard Lawler and Gary Sellers out of Ukiah in the 96 car, the black car. He runs in 6th place. Here comes Lawler up on the outside trying to take over 4th. Didn't get it that time. Whoa, Tom Waters loose over in turn 2. And Lamborn and Hayward go by. Vern Hewson loops it. Brian Kolodny down in the infield to avoid any trouble. We do get a caution flag. Hollis, your leader, with 4 laps down. Giese runs 2nd, followed by Bronson and Richard Lawler flashes by in 4th place. We go green. Good jump for Greg Hollis on the restart. He was paying attention and stood on the gas. Hollis in the 44 car. Last year ended the season with a win in our last main event, trying to win the first race of '95. That'd be 2 in a row the long way. Larry Giese runs 2nd. You've got Rick Bronson running 3rd, trying that inside line again. Richard Lawler 4th, Dale Lamborn up on the outside, and here comes number 48 charging into the top 5. Greg Hollis well out in front. Next time by, he'll complete lap number 7. Larry Giese runs second. Rick Bronson still third. Then Richard Lawler and Dale Lamborn in hot pursuit. Hollis still your leader. Now we got a battle for fourth. Lamborn down to the inside trying to get by Lawler, and he will. Dale Lamborn in the top 4. Remember, top 4 finishers automatically in that 100-lap Desert Rose Classic tomorrow afternoon here at Silver State Raceway. Well, let's see. Where's the action on the track? Hollis out front completing lap 9. Giese, Bronson, Lamborn, and Lawler rounding out the top 5. Tom Waters and Jerry Alec Jr. have a good duel battling for 7th place right now. Putting the pressure on Rick Bronson, looking for 3rd place. Bronson goes into 3 and 4 hot. Dale around the outside. Lamborn takes over 3rd. Lawler takes over 4th. Don't know what happened to 00 Rick Bronson, but he's going to shut her down right there and wait for the yellow flag to come out, and he'll get it. All right, they all bunch up over in 3 and 4. Everybody looking to get the extra move here. And the front 4 break away. Gary Sellers up out of the racing groove over in turn 2, and I think he's going to pull off the track. Something happened in 96. That moves Jerry Alec Jr. into 5th place. Hey, here on the outside, Dale Lamborn battling with Larry Giese. Dangerous Dale up on the high side, sliding it a little bit, but he will take over 2nd place down the backstretch, and Giese fights back on the inside. This time by, we complete lap number 14. Greg Hollis doing his thing out front. He has been there since the outset. He drew that pole position. Lamborn a little bit loose. It might be slippery over in turn 2. See a lot of cars sliding down there just a little bit. Giese right on the tail of Dangerous Dale. And 4th place belongs to Richard Lawler at this point. 5 laps to go for the Chicken Hawk out front. He retired the Nova. He'll tell you himself he was glad to do that because she was getting a little shaky. And he built this Trans Am over the winter, and look at him fly. Greg Hollis, your leader. Followed by Lamborn, Giese, and Lawler. Good battle for 5th continues between Jerry Alec Jr. and Tom Waters. Waters on the outside looking to move into the top 5 here. Can't get around the 5 car. 2.5 laps to go. Tom moves down to the inside, takes a peek, lets Jerry know that he's there. But Jerry Alec Jr. maintains that 5th position. Tom Waters looks low this time. Here we go. White flag for Greg Hollis. 1 more lap to go for the 44 car. Dale Lamborn will probably settle in there for 2nd. Larry Giese hanging on to 3rd. You know, Larry's running a 2-barrel in that Murata. He does not run a 4-barrel. He just prefers his 2-barrel carburetor. Runs pretty good with it, too. And your winner, Greg Hollis. Starting on the pole from Reno. Car number 65, a 77 Camaro, with a very familiar car from last year, and our division record holder at 14.09 seconds. That's Craig Paulson. Well, this fella's got himself back in the Camaro this weekend. From Carson City in a 77 Camaro, it is Dave White Lightning Lester. Number 29, a 74 Camaro from Carson City, owned by Richard Rabe, driven by Frank Sanfilippo. Number 33, the Goss Racing Tri-Square Camaro, 79 Camaro, sponsored by Tri-Square Remodeling, Puppy Express in Carson City. What's that all about, Al? Ceramic Tile Center of Sparks, Carson City, South Lake Tahoe, Quicksilver Racing, Precision CV Axles, and Driveline of Carson City. Car number 33, he adopted Rob Iverson's number. Rob's driving on the NorCal Tour this year. Please welcome back to the racetrack, Big Al Goss. Car number 88 is a 1981 Buick Regal from Sun Valley. It's Jammin' Jamie Welshons. Number 3X, a 64 Chevelle from Carson City. You may remember that this guy was the champion at Silver State Raceway last year, Chet the Jet Denberg. Car number 50, one of our graduates out of the Maverick class, moved up to limited sportsman now. 77 Camaro from Carson City now. The gentleman has moved down the hill to be closer to the racetrack. Number 50, Preston McEachern. Car number 52, a 1975 Duster out of Reno. This fellow ran top 10 in points all last year. It's the Mack Brothers Automotive Duster driven by Don McCutta. Number 57. Last year, number 75, but he wanted that 57 back. And, well, you'll find out why when I say his name. 75 Camaro from Reno. Car number 57, Bobby Hines. This very familiar 1976 Camaro also finished top 10 in points last year. Out of Sun Valley, number 2, Rapid Robert Miller. Car number 63 from State Line, a 77 Buick Regal. Good to see him back at the racetrack. It's Ron Tickner. Number 27, a 1980 Buick Regal from Carson City. That's Tom Vernon. And a second chance for a couple of the fellas here from the first race. Had some hard luck, and they will get to be at the back of the pack for this one. Car number 64 from Carson City, Gary Nevers. And this fellow will be in his first race of the night from Sun Valley, a 92 Camaro. Number 99, J.T. Stark. And number 94, the 81 Buick Regal, the MDKD Racing Regal. That's Kyle Service. Here we go, green. 20-lapper underway. Top 4 finishers automatically in the Desert Rose 100 tomorrow. Craig Paulson pulls it off turn 2 and into the lead. Look at Chet Danberg come through there. Chet with a daring move to squeeze between 2 cars, and Chet the Jet moves into 3rd place. Craig Paulson, your leader. Dave Lester, 2nd. Chet Danberg, 3rd. How many times have we said that at this racetrack? I'll tell you, we got the veterans out front. Don McCutta moves into 4th place. Here comes Rapid Robert. Robert Miller moving into the top 5. Frank Sanfilippo now 6th. Al Goss 7th. Preston McEachern 8th. Here comes Bobby Hines up into 9th place. Chet Danberg and Dave Lester battle for 2nd place right now. Chet the Jet on the inside, or on the outside, excuse me. David's on the inside, and Chet Danberg will take 2nd down the backstretch. Craig Paulson, your leader. Chet Danberg, 2nd. Dave Lester, 3rd. Don McCutta, 4th. And Robert Miller, 5th. And McCutta and Miller have gained some ground on the front 3. Jamie Welshon's off into the pits. Craig Paulson way out front. He's cruising 65, picking up where he left off last year, running fast and in front. 6 laps down. Chet Danberg 2nd. Dave Lester 3rd. Good 3-car battle now shaping up for 3rd place between Lester, McCutta, and Robert Miller. Robert Miller to the inside of Don McCutta. Is Robert going to take over that 4th spot? Here they come down the straightaway. Robert Miller on the inside has grabbed 4th position as he moves underneath and around Don McCutta. Well, the first 5 definitely have given himself quite a bit of breathing room here. And then in 6th place, coming across the line right now, you've got Frank Sanfilippo, Al Goss, Preston McEachern, Bobby Hines, and Gary Nevers. Craig Paulson moving up on the back of the pack now. Goes around Tom Vernon. Chet Danberg, your 2nd place car, 3X. And then it's Dave Lester, Robert Miller right behind him, and Don McCutta in 5th. Well, Paulson's in traffic now. See if Chet Danberg can gain some ground. Two guys side by side, right in front of your leader, Craig Paulson. He's trying to find a way around there. And Chet Danberg has closed up the gap a little bit. Dave Lester, 3rd. Robert Miller, 4th. Don McCutta has pulled off the raceway. All right. Paulson gets around Tickner now. He goes up high to try to pass J.T. Stark. Chet Danberg trying to follow him through there. Lester still 3rd, Miller 4th. This could be interesting with all the traffic that the leaders are dealing with. Here we go, completing lap number 13, 7 to go. Well, these four fellas have got to realize that they've got a position locked up in tomorrow's Desert Rose 100. They don't want to make any mistakes right now because fifth place, almost a half a lap behind, is Frank Sanfilippo. 14 down, 6 to go. And the leaders all make it through in the same order, and apparently for the time being very safely. Here comes Craig Paulson. Bobby Hines, good job, slides to the side, lets the leader go through. Here comes Danberg. He runs second place. Dave Lester third. Robert Miller fourth. And 29 Frank Sanfilippo runs fifth. 4 to go. 4 laps to go as Craig Paulson, Chet Danberg, Dave Lester, and Robert Miller. 4 of our fellas from the top 10 last year trying to put themselves in the main event for tomorrow. Gary Nevers around Preston McEachern to take over 7th place. He moves up behind Al Goss, who runs 6th right now. Paulson, the leader, right behind those two fellas. He'll get the white flag next time. Gary Nevers moves into 6th place as he passes Al Goss. Robert Miller on the outside of Dave Lester, battle for 3rd over there in turn number 3. Miller making a run for it on the outside as the white flag has already flown for the leader, Paulson. Danberg in 2nd, Lester battling with Miller. They are side by side battling for 3rd place, 34 and 2. Here's your winner, Craig Paulson, followed by Chet Danberg. Dave Lester will hang on for 3rd. Robert Miller finishes 4th. Starting on the inside of the front row, car number 5 out of Carson City. That's the kid, Jerry Alec Jr. Number 29, you see Capital City Loan on the quarter panel of that Camaro, driven by Frank Sanfilippo. 2nd row inside. I'll tell you what, you know, the scorers say sometimes to these drivers, we have to have numbers we can read. You've got to be able to read these. They're big ones and they're pretty ones. Car number 60 out of Carson City, Tom Waters. Car number 64, the War Pony 2 out of Carson City, that's Gary Nevers. Number 8 in the Buick Regal, sponsored by All Pro Action Auto Parts in Carson City, that's Mike Hayward. 33, Ceramic Tile Center and Tri-Square Remodeling Camaro, Big Al Goss. Car number 14, George Secchi, Realtor, sponsoring that car among others. We'll pick those out for you as the night goes along. Number 14 is Brian Kolodny. Car number 50, Harley Davidson on the quarter panel as a sponsor for Preston McEachern. Number 96 out of Ukiah. That Camaro is driven by Gary Sellers. Car number 57 from Reno in a Camaro, Bobby Hines. Number 63 in a Buick Regal out of State Line, sponsored by Heiser Construction. That's Ron Tickner. Pulling up behind Bobby will be the 99 car out of Sun Valley. That Camaro is driven by J.T. Stark. Car number 27 from Carson City to Buick Regal, Tom Vernon. Number 7 pulling up to the line in his Buick Regal out of Sparks, that's Vern Hewson. And number 88, another Buick Regal from Sun Valley, Jammin' Jamie Welshans.
Here they come now. Getting the power down. Archie giving them a look over. The green flag is out, and Jerry Alec Jr. jumps into the lead. Down to the inside goes number 60, Tom Waters. Waters side by side with Sanfilippo. Now he pulls in front. Running in 4th place now. The last transfer spot is the number 64, Gary Nevers. And Nevers is down to the inside, taking over 3rd. He's got his nose in front as he crosses the stripe. Now in 4th spot is Frank Sanfilippo on the number 29 car. Sanfilippo coming back on the outside. Good battle going on for 3rd place, 3rd and 4th. The last 2 transfer spots running in 5th, Mike Hayward in the number 8. 2 laps now in the record books as Jerry Alec Jr. continues to lead. Now we've got a side-by-side battle for 2nd place. On the inside, Tom Waters, and trying to make a move on the outside is Gary Nevers in the 64 car. Sanfilippo back to 4th place. Still side-by-side into turn 2, and these guys are climbing right up on the back bumper of Jerry Alec Jr. as they go through turn 2. Still side-by-side. These guys look like they think it's another pace lap as they go round and round side-by-side. Waters on the inside, and the 64 car of Nevers on the outside. Now it's a 3-way battle for 1st place. Got a car off down in turn number 4. That's the 27 car of Tom Vernon. He gets back underway. He's running right in front of the leaders now, so we're going to have some traffic to deal with. Tom Vernon pretty sideways getting through turn number 2. He's going to stay on the high side, let these guys go underneath him. Jerry Alec Jr. still in the lead. And it looks like our third place cars, well, it's a co-second place, if you will. Now the number 60 car, Tom Waters, moves into second as Gary Nevers got hung up just a little bit behind that lap car as they went through turn number 2. Sanfilippo now closing up and making a four-way battle for the front. Looks like it's a 96 car. Gary Sellers has now moved into 5th position. Car number 8 still running 6th. That's Mike Hayward. 8 laps in the record books, and Jerry Alec Jr. still leading, but only about a half a car length now. And down to the inside goes the number 60 of Tom Waters. He's making a move for the front. Looks like they might have got together just a little bit. Jerry Alec Jr. slides way wide, takes the wall coming out of 4, slides to a stop. The yellow flag comes out. Down to the inside goes the number 60 of Tom Waters. He's making a move for the front. Looks like they might have got together just a little bit. Jerry Alec Jr. slides way wide, takes the wall coming out of 4, slides to a stop. The yellow flag comes out. 10 laps down, 10 to go for heat race number 3. Qualifying race number 3, if you will. Getting bunched up at the front, and here they go. They got the hammer down. Tom Waters jumps out to about a 1 car length lead over Gary Nevers as they head into turn number 1. We got a car off down in turn 3 and 4. He's well clear of the racing surface. And up in turn 2, we had a couple of cars, looks like, get together. Car number 63, Ron Tickner, involved there. Also the 27 car of Tom Vernon. We were looking down into the incident at turn 4, and something happened up there in 2. Here they come, starting to pick up a little bit of speed. A little freight train effect going on down there in turn number 3 and 4, and jumping out to about a 2 car length lead. This time is Tom Waters, that wily veteran. Got a good restart, and he has jumped out now as they go into turn 3, about 3 car lengths in front of Gary Nevers, running in 2nd place. Sanfilippo in 3rd, and 4th place still held down. No, 4th, we got a new 4th place car as Mike Hayward spins off of turn number 4, ends up in the infield, and car number 96, Gary Sellers, now moves into the final transfer spot. No yellow flag. Mike Hayward well clear of the track, and it looks like he's going to get back underway, rejoining at the rear of the field. Boy, a lot of water out there in the infield as he splashes quite a bit of it back onto the track, fortunately out of the racing line. 14 laps down now, and it is still Tom Waters in the number 60 car, pursued by Gary Nevers. Then we got a good battle going on for 3rd place between Sanfilippo and Gary Sellers. Sellers seems to be able to get through the corners quicker. Sanfilippo pulls away on the straightaways. Lurking back there in 5th place. Oh, Jerry Alec Jr. has come back now. He's a few laps down, but he's running right in front of the leader. Let's see if this is going to be a little bit of payback time here, as Jerry Alec Jr. shows no inclination to move over and allow our leader Tom Waters by. Waters has got a good lead. Oh, and we've got 2nd place. New 2nd place is Sanfilippo, moves inside. Gary Nevers got a little bit squirrely, ran a little wide going through turn number 2, and he has dropped back down into 4th position now overall. Finally, Tom Waters in turn 2 gets past Jerry Alec Jr. We got a good battle for, oh, we got an incident over in turn 1 as car number 99, JT Stark, loops it around. Very, very slippery in turn number 2. Several cars having trouble getting through there. And Archie throws the yellow flag. 18 laps in the books. Archie Buchanan has turned the yellow light off, and everybody bunched up a little bit, getting on the power. The green flag flies. A 1-lap sprint to the finish. Here they come in 1st and 2nd place. Now we got a great battle going on for 3rd as Sanfilippo hanging on. McEachern trying to get down inside of Nevers in turn number 3. Nevers hanging on to the spot, and the win goes to number 60, Tom Waters. Gary Sellers hung on for 2nd. Looks like Sanfilippo took 3rd, and just barely in 4th spot, Gary Nevers is
All right, on the front for this one, this is our last race of the evening, 15 laps. 4 cars will transfer automatically to the Desert Rose 100. On the pole, car number 50 in the Harley-Davidson Camaro, that's Preston McEachern. And next to him, this car was purchased from a fellow by the name of Rich Rayburn, and it's been applied with the number 33. That is the Tri-Square Remodeling Goss Racing Camaro, also sponsored by Ceramic Tile Center and by Puppy Express. Number 33 is Big Al Goss. Archie, can you hear me? 63 from State Line, the Heiser Construction Buick Regal of Ron Tickner. You see Quaker State on the hood of this car, Plantation Station. Is it Dwyer Lighting on the trunk? Trying to read some of the other ones from up here is a little tough when you got a guy of my age trying to read sponsors. Number 57 in a Camaro from Reno is Bobby Hines. We're just going to pull this next fella up. All Pro Auto Parts here, Action Auto Parts, your All Pro store in Carson City. Sponsoring the number 8 car of Mike Hayward. Car number 5, you see Horseshoe Club on the quarter panel. Last year's runner-up in points, had a great season last year. Number 5 from Carson City is the kid, Jerry Alec Jr. And number 52, Mack Brothers Automotive 75 Plymouth Duster, that's Don McCutta.
Preston McEachern and Big Al Goss in the Camaros take the green flag from Archie Buchanan. Preston McEachern jumps right out into the lead, just like he did during the hot laps. Looks like Ron Tickner now trying to make a move for second place. He's down inside Big Al Goss, and they're side by side coming through 3 and 4. Also right behind them, side by side, Mike Hayward battling away with Hines, and looks like Hines is going to move into the 4th transfer spot. And here comes the kid, Jerry Alec Jr. He's trying to move up, as well as the 52 car of Don McCutta. Here they come out of turn number 4. Preston McEachern continues to pull away from the rest of this field, running in second, Ron Tickner. Big Al Goss, a strong third, and boy, look at this battle for the final transfer spot. We got 4 cars locked together. Down to the inside, it is number 8, Mike Hayward. Right alongside him is Hines in the number 57 machine. Jerry Alec Jr. looking for a way by these guys. He's like an impatient driver there on the freeway with a couple of slow grandmothers there right in front of him, one in each lane. He is a rather impatient young man right now. Preston McEachern, in the meantime, has checked out. He is about 8, 9, 10 car lengths out in front as they go down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Tickner continues to run in second, and he's beginning to pull away just a little bit from Big Al Goss. But boy, look at this battle for the 4th spot. Now Hines is pulled out. Hines has gotten well clear of that pack in the 4th position. Jerry Alec Jr. now trying to come down inside of Mike Hayward in turns 3 and 4. They're side by side coming out of 4th. Jerry Alec Jr., they cross the stripe. Hayward about a bumper length in front as they cross the stripe at the end of lap number 6. 9 to go. Well, here comes Preston McEachern making it 8 laps to go in this 15-lap qualifying race. Beginning to get strung out pretty well. The battle now is for the 5th spot, and that is a nowhere battle because 5th place goes nowhere except into the final qualifying event tomorrow afternoon, excuse me. We're not going to do any racing until afternoon. Preston McEachern continues to run out front. Ron Tickner in second, Big Al Goss in third. And the 57 car of Bobby Hines now, he's got visions of moving up another spot because he's got his sights set on Big Al Goss. Oh, we got a couple of cars getting together as Jerry Alec Jr. gets into the side of Don McCutta just a little bit. Both cars collected and keep on going. 10 laps out of the 15 are in the books. Preston McEachern continues to lead, continues to pull away, and running a very lonely second place, and happy to do it, Ron Tickner in the number 63 car. Here's that battle now for 3rd place, and it's hotting up somewhat as we got a 3-car battle now. Big Al Goss in 3rd. Hines trying to look down inside, and getting up to the outside of Hines is the 52 Plymouth Duster of Don McCutta. Boy, and this is a good bit. Here comes McCutta now. He's around Hines. Now he's around Al Goss, and McCutta moves into 3rd spot. Boy, during the hot laps, it looked like he was all done as he pulled into the pits, but he did some magic back there real quickly, and that Plymouth Duster is hooked up and flying. He has moved up in the third spot. Big Al Goss now in the final transfer position, and he's coming under some pressure from the 57 car, Bobby Hines. And Hines now making a move down inside as the white flag comes out for Preston McEachern. And we got a battle for the final transfer spot. Now, Hines lost a little bit of room down there in turns 3 and 4, and it looks like Big Al Goss is going to be able to hang on. The checkered flag is out. Preston McEachern makes the transfers, as does Ron Tichter. Third transfer spot is going to go to Don McCutta, and the fourth to Big Al Goss. Jerry Alec Jr. blows a motor heading into turn number 3. All right, on the pole for the Dash for Cash, car number 50, a 1977 Camaro sponsored by Harley Davidson, Preston McEachern. Alongside him on the front row, driving an 87 Trans Am, car number 44, Craig Hollis. Craig Hollis sponsored by, boy, we got a lot of them here. He's sponsored by Mallory Electric of Carson City, Grover Dental Labs, Edwards & Cook, Heidi's of Carson City Automotive and Sales, Overland Homes, Western Title, Westco Printing, Beck's Appliance, and the Kirk family. Next up, we have got car number 65, and that is a 1977 Camaro. Sponsor, looking down at the hood, looks like AIMS, and the driver, Craig Paulson from Reno. And our final qualifier for the Dash for Cash. And this car is sponsored by the Sierra Nevada GMC dealers. We got Winkle Pontiac, a couple of motors, and I can't see the two on the other side. I think Bosch is one of them. Okay. This driving number 60 is Tom Waters. Tom out of Carson City, Nevada, driving a 78 Trans Am. 4 very experienced drivers. Boy, you could throw a blanket over all 4 of those cars. They're nice and tight coming around. Green flag is out, and we're racing. And jumping right into the lead is Paulson in the 65 car. He got a great start, slipped right past Preston McEachern. Now he's starting to turn. Oh, look at this. McEachern's a meat in a Trans Am sandwich as they go through turns 3 and 4. I didn't think they could do that. Whoa, Preston McEachern slides all the way to the back right away. I guess he hasn't got those tires set up for the warmer heat today. Going to have to do a little bit of work on that for the 100-lapper. Out in front, it is still Paulson at the end of 2 laps. And he's got those Trans Ams on his tail, Hollis and Waters, and then McEachern bringing up the rear. And it looks like the number 65 car of Craig Paulson has checked out. 1 more lap to go. The white flag is out. I don't think anybody's close enough to catch him unless something awful happens to that car. Doesn't look like it's going to. Craig Paulson with this race pretty well in hand. The 2 Camaros now battling for second, and here comes Waters up on the back end of Hollis, but no, he's not going to be able to get him. Finishing order, Paulson, Hollis, Waters, and McEachern.
The winner of our Trophy Dash for Cash, Craig Paulson out of Reno. Give Craig a big hand.
Inside the first row for the last chance qualifier, car number K9. This is Randy Hirschbeck driving a 57 Chevy, and he's got an implanted motor loaned to him. Chet Danberg loaned the motor so that Randy would be able to race today. Randy Hirschbeck, car number K9. Alongside him in car number 99, that's a 92 Camaro, the driver J.T. Stark. Inside row number 2, car number 27, the 1980 Buick Regal, driven by Tom Vernon. Outside the second row, we find car number 7. This is also an 80 Buick Regal, the driver Vern Hewson. Next car that's supposed to be there is Kyle Service, but I think he's driving the pace car, so he's not going to be in this event. understand that Kyle Service is on the way out. Well, we'll get him last, won't we, Archie? On the outside of row number 3, driving car number 57, a 1975 Camaro, Bobby Hines. And inside the last row, aboard car number 14, a Buick Regal, Brian Kolodny. And the last car in the last chance qualifier is car number 8, an 85 Buick Regal driven by Mike Hayward.
Randy had some bad luck here last night. Chet Danberg and his crew came through, gave him the use of some facilities, and of course loaned him a motor so that he could race today. Also, the same effort was extended to 00 Rick Bronson, who was leading a race, or at least running in second place when his engine went away yesterday. They tried to get him a motor, but apparently it didn't work out in time. But a big thank you, of course, to Chet and the rest of his crew and all of their help for helping some of these other drivers who've made a long haul over here at least get to make some laps on the old circle track. All right, they're all bunched up, and old K9 bringing them around. Randy Hirschbach in his 57 Chevy, JT Stark on the outside of the front row, and here we go. 20 laps, 4 guys get a chance to be in that 100 lapper and win some cash. So, excuse me, 10 laps. I'm sorry, 10 laps. 10-lap last chance qualifier. Oh, we got some action up there. Bobby Hines and Kyle Service end up off the end of the raceway. And Mike Hayward has a little bit of damage to the nose piece, but he's able to continue. And you see that Kyle has a right front tire gone down on him. And that may have contributed to the situation if his tire blew before it all happened. Bobby Hines' left rear tire is flat. And JT Stark puffs some smoke. And green flag we get, and we go racing. Last chance qualifier, 10 lapper, 4 cars transferring. It is underway. Randy Hirschbach in 9K, your leader. JT Stark in 99. Vern Heusen in 7 and Tom Vernon in 27 are the guys that would transfer if the race ended right now. But it's not going to end right now. We'll see what happens. Bobby Hines runs 5th. Bobby looks to the inside. Mike Hayward in 6th. Brian Kolodny is in 7th. Randy Hirschbach out in front in the old 57 Chevy. Good battle for 4th place now. Bobby Hines and Tom Vernon side by side, and Hines will try to take the position, and he does do so on the front stretch. 94 Kyle Service reports he is a scratch for this race, so they won't be bringing it back out here. And if he did, he'd be 4 laps down now, because we are 4 laps complete for Hirschbach and the K9. JT Stark 2nd, Vern Heusen 3rd, Bobby Hines 4th. Oh, Tom Vernon's going to loop it over in turn 2, and Mike Hayward will take over 5th place. And it loops again. And he gets it straightened out. A lot of power. Tom Vernon gets her going the right way. Hirschbach continues to lead. JT looks like he's closed up the gap a little bit. Vern Heusen now around Tom Vernon. He runs 3rd. Car number 7, your 3rd place car, and 57 Bobby Hines runs in 4th. 3 laps to go. For Randy Hirschbach, who's probably saying, boy, I kind of like this little motor I got loaned from Chet. This runs nice. And Randy's got the old 57 Chevy out front. Came up from Redwood Valley, California to race with us this weekend. White flag, 1 more to go for Randy Hirschbach. 2nd place, JT Stark. 3rd place, Vern Heusen in the 7 car. Bobby Hines 4th, and Brian Kolodny has just taken over the 5th place in car number 14. And the checkered flag will come out for a bite of nostalgia here this afternoon. Randy Hirschbach in his Chevrolet. JT Stark takes home 2nd. Mike Hayward loops it coming out of turn 2. Vern Heusen, number 7, is your 3rd place finisher. Bobby Hines 4th in 57. And Brian Kolodny will be the alternate for the main event should somebody not be able to make it. He finishes 5th place in car number 14. Right off the bat, folks, get up, stretch out a little bit, give these guys a big round of applause. The 1995 season is underway with our Desert Rose 100. Let's hear it for them all as they come around. Chet Danberg on the pole. Greg Hollis outside row 1. Gary Sellers in 96. Ron Tickner in 63. Big Al Goss in 33. Richard Lawler in 35. Robert Miller in the deuce. 34, Dave Lester. 29, Frank Sanfilippo. 48, Dangerous Dale Lamborn. 14X, Larry Giese. 65 is Craig Paulson. Number 50, Preston McEacher. Number 60, Tom Waters. 64 is Gary Nevers. 52 is Don McCutta. 57, Bobby Hines, and 7, Vern Hewson. And at the back of the pack, K9, Randy Hirschbach, and 99, JT Stark. That's your field of 20.
Here they come now. Archie giving them a good look over. The green flag is out, and we're underway for 100 laps of racing. Side by side into turn 1 and 2. Chet Danberg and Craig Hollis. Gary Sellers now moving up, running all by himself, side by side for 4th and 5th place. Richard Lawler and Ron Tickner, and coming up to put some pressure on him, Robert Miller in the Camaro. Got him strung out at the tail end of the fields of 57 Chevy of Randy Hirschbach. Leaders now back through turn number 4, coming up to complete lap number 2. Danberg with about 4 car lengths over Craig Hollis at this point. Car number 96, Gary Sellers running 3rd. He's coming under some pressure from Richard Lawler in the 35 machine, and Lawler's got all he can handle with the number 2 car of Robert Miller. Dave Lester in the 34 car is running in 6th position. Okay, now moving up into 3rd is Richard Lawler in the number 35 T-Bird, the 94 model T-Bird. He's leading the 2nd pack. The 2 leaders, however, have kind of checked out. They're running away from the rest of this field, Chet Danberg and Greg Hollis. And we got a challenge in turn number 2 for 3rd spot as Robert Miller comes up along the outside, and at the stripe, he's got it. He's moved into 3rd place, getting around a Richard Lawler. Lamborn has moved up to 6th from his 10th starting spot. He is currently running right behind the number 34 car of Lester. Leaders now going to be into lap traffic here pretty shortly. They're just a few car lengths behind the tail end car, which currently is Bobby Hines, the 57 car. 3rd place is Robert Miller. 4th is Richard Lawler. 5th is the 34 car of Dave Lester. And running in 6th now is car number 48, Dale Lamborn. Also running up there is Craig Paulson. He's up from 12th, and he just took a spot away from Lamborn. Here comes Lamborn trying to take it back as Paulson gets bottled up behind Dave Lester just a little bit. Paulson is the defending champion for the Desert Rose 100, and he's trying to move toward the front to challenge, see if he can pick up another win. Boy, and in some heavy traffic now is Chet Danberg. Hollis following him through. They've already passed the 3 tail-end cars out in the middle of the infield now, trying to get some traction on that wet grass. Car number 14, Larry Giese. Danberg and Hollis now a little bit of breathing room. They've gotten past the tail-end pack of cars and have not yet quite caught up to Big Al Goss, who's running at the back end of the next group. Whoa, and we got a little bit of sideways action here. Dave Lester losing the handle coming off of turn 4, but he gets it collected and keeps right on trucking. Randy Hirschbach in the K9 car now starting to move up a little bit. Oh, a lot of smoke coming out of the back of JT Stark's Camaro. Number 99, we'll keep a close eye on that, make sure he's not putting any liquid down there on the racing surface. Okay, Larry Giese had gone back into the pit area after his off-course excursion to the infield. He's back out on course again, but he's about a lap down. Oh, Chet Danberg, our leader now, has pulled up behind JT Stark. He's getting a face full of smoke as he's trying to look for a way around start. Now, first he's got to find his way around the number 63 car. That's Ron Tickner. Tickner, who had started up in 4th position, has dropped pretty far back now. Tickner now going a lap down to the second place car, Craig Hollis. And Chet Danberg has finally worked his way past to the smoking JT Stark. Here comes Paulson now. He is challenging for fourth. He's up alongside Richard Lawler in turns 1 and 2. Lawler pulls away a little bit. Here comes the 65 of Paulson again. He's coming back at him. Meantime, JT Stark has got his own private mosquito abatement program going here, and he has received the black flag and is pulling off into the pits. Chet Danberg continues to lead. He's moving up now to put a lap on Gary Nevers, a 64 car. That'll be his next victim. And Paulson has now moved his way into a solid fourth position, working his way around the Thunderbird of Richard Lawler. Paulson now trying to work his way past some lap traffic. He's dealing with the 14 car Larry Giese right now, and he has dispatched him. No, we got another smoker here. Number 48, Dangerous Dale Lamborn. A lot of smoke when he backs off the car going into the corners. A lot of smoke coming out of there. Looks like he may have a blow-by problem, or possibly oil line coming adrift. Lots of smoke. Uh-oh, our second place car now pulling off into the pits. Craig Hollis, the number 44 car. And I think I see a trail of liquid down the ramp behind that car. He may be through for the day. So that gives a lot of breathing space now to our leader, Chet Danberg, moving up into second. It looks like it's going to be Robert Miller in the number 2 car. And third place is going to be 65. Paulson, our defending champion, has worked his way up from 12th into 3rd. Dale Lamborn has moved into 4th, but it looks like he's got a problem as that car has slowed, and smoke still trailing out the back of that car. He may not make it all the way back around to the pits. Dale Lamborn looks like the engine has expired on the number 48 Olds Cutlass. Yellow flag is out. Archie has thrown the yellow flag out as we are at the quarter distance mark, 25 laps. Remember, these laps under yellow will count up until lap 80. We have another smoker as number 7 now. Bit of telltale smoke beginning to emanate from the back end of the Buick Regal of Vern Hewson. At the end of lap 26, our leader is Chet Danberg. Car number 2, Robert Miller, running in second. Third place is car number 65. That is Craig Paulson. And in fourth is Richard Lawler, number 35. That's the T-Bird. And we've got a green flag, and everybody gets the hammer down, and it looked like Richard Lawler in the 35 car might have been just a little premature on that green flag. We'll see if that gets sorted out a little bit later. Meantime, Chet Danberg has taken off once again and pulling away. Chet Danberg's other motor is running right behind him in the K9 car of Randy Hirschbach, and he is giving Robert Miller all he can handle. Miller trying to get around Hirschbach, and he has now made it, and he is going to take off to see if he can reel Chet Danberg in. Thus far, he hasn't had a whole heck of a lot of luck doing that. And he's going to have to check his rearview mirror, because right behind him is Craig Paulson, our defending champion of this event, number 65, and he is moving in. He has got designs on taking over second place from Robert Miller. Meantime, back at fourth place, it's still Richard Lawler in the Thunderbird. Fifth continues to be number 34, Dave Lester. Sixth, the Plymouth Duster of Don McCutta. Chet Danberg one more time working his way around JT Stark. Looks like Stark has fixed the smoke problem that he had a little bit earlier. Probably had a loose oil fitting or something of that nature, because they have got that repaired, and he is back. Oh, and Stark tags the wall coming across the start-finish line, and looks like he's not going to try and make it into the pits. Scraped along the wall right underneath Archie Buchanan's position there, but he keeps on trucking. Chet Danberg now ever so gradually losing ground to the two cars behind him, Robert Miller, and Miller has got the 65 of Craig Paulson all over his tail. Paulson gave him a little nudge going through turns 3 and 4. They're coming up on some traffic, and this could definitely play a part in the strategy. If Chet Danberg is able to get his work his way through this traffic a little bit quicker, he's going to be able to pull away. But if these other guys behind him, Archie is waving that move over flag, letting the guys know. Bobby Hines moves aside and lets the 3 leaders come through. So does Big Al Goss. These guys are staying high, letting the leaders have the inside line through 3 and 4. Danberg's worked his way through some of the traffic. He is now working his way by Frank Sanfilippo. And here come those two Camaros, Robert Miller and Craig Paulson. And Paulson is trying to find a way by, but all that's open is that lower groove as they go through the corners, and he just does not have any room to work on Robert Miller whatsoever. He's going to have to wait till he gets clear of some of this traffic before he can start to make some moves. Meantime, Chet Danberg's got about a 5-car length lead as they cross the start-finish line at the end of lap number 46, coming up very close to the halfway point of this 100-lap event. Last car on the lead lap, car number 60, Tom Waters, is just about to lose a lap to our leader, Chet Danberg. And Danberg now has got Miller all over his rear bumper as they go through 1 and 2, still working their way through traffic. Here goes the leader, Chet Danberg, underneath Gary Sellers, car number 96, putting him a lap down as well. But Danberg looks like he's kind of lucky. All this traffic is keeping Robert Miller from trying to take a high line and get up alongside of him to take the position. We've got a tight battle for first place as lap number 49 goes into the record books. It has been Chet Danberg all the way, but he is in some serious jeopardy as it looked like Miller was going to try and take an inside dive underneath him going down into turn number 3, but could not carry the speed into the corner. Chet Danberg, that 64 Chevelle, is handling very, very well. He can go as deep into those corners as any of the cars out here. All right, and we've got a new 4th place car as Dave Lester moves around the 35 machine of Richard Lawler, and smoke now beginning once again to emanate from the back end of Lawler's Thunderbird. He may have to make a call into the pits to have that seen to before too many more laps go by. Lap number 52 now in the books, and we have still got a 3-way battle up front between Chet Danberg, Robert Miller, and the 65 of Craig Paulson. And a 5th place battle is heating up as Lawler, with the smoke still pouring from the back end of that Thunderbird, he has got Don McCutta all over his back end as McCutta trying to find a way by. Oh, and we've got a spin as car number 29 loops at Frank Sanfilippo. Looks like he got tangled up with Preston McEachern a little bit over there in turn number 2. They've got the bumpers locked. Now they get loose. Somebody throw a bucket of water on those 2 cars. There they go. All right, we're back underway again. And one of our cars that just went down a lap, car number 96, Gary Sellers, has taken it back into the pit area. Gary Sellers had been running up in the top 10 up until that point. These yellow flag laps still count. We're having a very, very clean event here today. And the green flag is out. 58 laps down. And our leader, still Chet Danberg. Danberg has led from the green. He has led 58 out of the 58 laps so far run in the Desert Rose 100. And into the pits goes J.T. Stark. Danberg on the restart has pulled out about 6 or 8 car lengths now over the battle for second place between Robert Miller and Craig Paulson. Those 2 Camaros have been at it hammer and tongs for about the last 30-40 laps. Here's our 4th place car, Dave Lester, the number 34 Camaro. He is through the traffic, has a clean run in front of him. Now we'll see if he can catch up to that front pack and battle for position. K9 car, Randy Hirschberg at 57 Chevy. I think he arrived here a few months early for Hot August Nights, but he's out there running around with one of Dave Lester's motors in that car. He's running very well. He's a lap or 2 down, but he's out there motoring around. This is the most laps he's ever made at this track, as a matter of fact, in a couple of tries. 63 laps down, and our leader continues to be Chet Danberg, and the battling Camaros of Miller and Paulson right behind him. Dave Lester doesn't seem to be able to make any inroads on the lead that those cars in front of him have, but he is running a very strong 4th at this point. Running in 5th place, still Richard Lawler, the Thunderbird, the last car on the lead lap, and smoke continues to pour from the back of that car. Wonder how much oil he's going to burn in the next 35 laps, and if there'll still be any left in that motor when they're all done. Chet Danberg not pulling away from Robert Miller and Craig Paulson, but neither are they catching up to him. Looks like he has found himself a nice, comfortable pace that will ensure that he stays out in front and is just motoring right along. Here goes Paulson now into turn 3, sticks the nose down underneath the rear wheel of Robert Miller and was up alongside coming out of 4, but Miller outpowered him down the straight. Here comes Paulson back again, coming off of turn 2. A drag race down into 3. This time Paulson is staying inside, and he's got the position. He's got his nose in front, and at the end of the lap, just about a dead heat as they cross the stripe. But Paulson's got that inside groove, and it looks like that's the one that's working at this point in the race. Paulson now moves into second spot around Robert Miller. Paulson, the defending champ. Oh, and we've got a yellow flag. Yellow flag's out, the yellow light's on. Oh, and our leader spun and nailed that car, the number 14 car. Larry Giese looks like he blew a motor or a radiator or something. A lot of liquid going into turn 1. And our leader, Chet Danberg, ran into that, lost traction, spun it around, and whacked the number 14 car sitting up there between turns 1 and 2, and Chet Danberg is down in the infield. I don't know if he's going to be able to get that car going again or not. So our defending champion, Craig Paulson, the 65 car, is now the leader. Coming up now to the 3/4 mark as they cross the stripe this time. We'll have 75 laps in the books, and the leader is last year's defending champion of the Desert Rose 100, car number 65, Craig Paulson. Second place, Robert Miller, car number 2. Third place, we believe, will be Dave Lester, car number 34, and fourth will be car number 35, Richard Lawler. And that's all the cars we have on the lead lap. But we believe that Tom Waters in the 60 car, 1 lap down, is in 5th place. And then I think it might even be Chet Danberg in 6th if he only lost 1 lap on that incident. Craig Paulson leading the field. They're starting to pick up the speed coming through 3 and 4. The green flag is out, and we're racing once again. A couple of laps to go, and we'll be at lap number 80. And after that, the yellow flag laps will not count. Will be just like a normal race. The last 20 have to go green. 79 laps in the record books, and it will show that Craig Paulson was the leader at the end of lap number 79. Robert Miller continues to run second. Oh, and we've got action down in turn number 4 as the K9 car of Randy Hirschbeck loses traction coming through there, and our third place car number 34 with no place to go. Dave Lester falls a victim of circumstance. He's sitting down there on the infield, and he's going to lose a position. We have only got 3 cars remaining on the lead lap. We've got 3 cars on the lead lap, and the first of those just about to take the green flag. That's Craig Paulson, number 65. Hot on his tail is Robert Miller in the number 2 car. They're beginning to pull away. Now, Chet Danberg is on the move once again. He has passed Tom Waters, so I believe that puts Chet Danberg now up into 5th spot. And if he can catch the number 34 car, Dave Lester, that'll move him up into 4th. Looks like Craig Paulson now has got a little bit more beans in the last laps of the race, because he has opened up about a 6-car length lead over Robert Miller. Miller had been hounding him earlier on, but Paulson looks like his car is lasting just a little bit better in this 100-lap endurance event. Running third right now on the track is Dave Lester, but he's a lap down and actually running in 4th spot. Chet Danberg now has gotten a lap back from the number 35 car of Richard Lawler. Danberg currently running in 5th spot. 6th spot would be car number 60, Tom Waters. After that, your guess is as good as mine. 12 laps to go when Craig Paulson crosses the stripe this time around. Paulson with now about 3 or 4 car lengths in hand over Robert Miller. Miller is closed up just a little bit, and they are coming into some traffic. That's going to allow Miller to close up even more. So the last 10 laps of this race could get pretty exciting. Starting to work their way through traffic now past Bobby Hines, past San Filippo goes our leader Craig Paulson. Paulson, of course, as we have mentioned several times, is the defending champion. 10 laps to go, 10 laps remaining in the event. Paulson, the defending champion of the event, and he's got some kind of a deal. He's going to get $100 worth of body work, I think, free if he wins this event. So he is definitely one motivated individual. So $100 off the price is a brand new sheet metal for that race car if he wins the event, and he's only about 8 laps away from doing it. And Craig Paulson goes inside Tom Waters and puts him 2 laps down as Waters continues to run in 6th spot. Paulson now putting yet another lap on the number K9 57 Chevy of Randy Hirschberger down from Klamath Falls, Oregon to run this event. Looks like Randy's going to make it all the way to the checker. 6 more laps to go. And looks like Paulson's had a little bit more luck working his way through traffic than Miller has, because he has opened that lead back up to about 10 car lengths as they negotiate the back straight on lap number 95. Archie leaning over, letting everybody know there's just 5 to go. Chet Danberg continues to run at the speed he was running earlier. Had it not been for that mishap up between turn 1 and 2, I think he would still be the leader. As it is, he has definitely got the most laps led this afternoon. Craig Paulson starting in 12th spot, moved his way up very methodically through the pack, and he was there ready to strike when disaster befell Chet Danberg. And Craig Paulson, just like he did last year, with 2 laps to go, is out in front. And boy, he's got about the most comfortable lead he has had all afternoon over second place Robert Miller. Miller still struggling a little bit, working his way through traffic now, going by Ron Tickner in the number 63 car. And the white flag comes out for Craig Paulson, our leader, car number 65. He's got some... And Chet Danberg's got a flat left front tire, probably a result of that accident, slow leak. And the checkered flag is out. Our winner for the 2nd year in a row, Craig Paulson, number 65, the 77 Camaro. Chet Danberg staying out there on the flat to take the checkered flag, and we believe 5th position. Congratulations, Craig Paulson. Great race.
Hold in my hands $1,000 for Craig Paulson for that main event win. Also, we didn't bring this out earlier for him. Here's $100 in the dash for cash. $100 for Craig Paulson.
Congratulations, Craig Paulson. We're going to take some pictures with the race car and the trophy, and going to get some new sheet metal on that car. I understand $100 worth of sheet metal for winning the race. $1,000 for that. Another $100 for the trophy dash.